Hey everyone, this is Quick Kill again, presenting all of you with a game where I play Leblanc. As you can see, going to be going against enemy Karthus. This is a normal draft game where 4 out of 5 of the enemy team is within the range of 1600 to 1800 yellow, actually higher than 1800. And so start off seeing that Sony has DC'd, and really this gives an advantage to our entire team. So what we want to do is go ahead and invade their jungle, and just gonna go ahead and speed this up. Now what happens is when we take the enemy blue, it also prevents the enemy Karthus from getting blue early. We see Munda's gonna go ahead and check this area and defend it, but all 4 of us are there already. He walks over there, he's trying to flash, but realizes that he doesn't have flash. He ran Heal Ignite instead. Heal Ignite does have its benefits, but oftentimes if you get caught, you won't be able to escape. Alright, so Kenan's coming down right now. He's actually waiting up top earlier for an extra health pot, but it's alright. So what I'm going to do as Leblanc, since we already have the advantage, so I'm going to want to play super aggressive and try to get as many early game kills as possible and snowball my way to victory. And so Karthus comes over to check if we're still there, and obviously we are. I'm going to go ahead and take the blue. Alright, so when you start off as Leblanc in an early game, you really want to just farm up your creeps and try not to miss any creep kills. Although it's quite difficult, Leblanc is not the best at farming. And especially since Leblanc is an aggressive hero, you do want to go really aggro from level 2 on. Also, Sona's DC, so they have to play a little bit passively. Alright, so as soon as Karthus gets close enough, I go in and distortion shoot Karthus, activating my Sigil's second proc. Really, one of the hardest things to master with Leblanc is to be able to harass in lane and also kill creeps at the same time. But if you can master that, then you can play really aggressively and still be able to farm up gold, while at the same time you're denying your opponents their farm. Although on Karthus doesn't really work as well, because Karthus is Q, the lay waste, does have a pretty far range. Alright, so Sona's connected now, and I'm still gonna go play pretty aggressively on Karthus, because that's what LeBlanc does, and at the same time I'm gonna try to take creep kills. LeBlanc does tend to have a hard time killing creeps under their turret, and I do end up missing 2 creep kills over here. And so one of the hard counters to Leblanc is strong pushers like Sion, who really have that shield to block Leblanc's burst and at the same time pushes the lane really hard, leaving Leblanc to be unable to take all the creep kills. Alright, Karthus uses his wall. Lee Sin is over there coming in for a gank. Gonna go ahead and chain Karthus. He does flash over, so Uh, the gank was semi-successful. Did get Karthus to waste his flash. But now I'm low on mana, so the possibility of killing Karthus is pretty low. Sorry, probability. And let's see right now. All three skills, when combined together, take right now approximately 235 mana. And I have just enough for one combo. But Karthus is almost at full HP, so I'm just going to go ahead and harass Karthus, waste my mana, well, use up my mana. And since my creeps are all pushed to his turret, I'm going to go ahead back to my turret and recall. I'm just going to speed this up because there's no point in watching this. I go back and buy Doran's Ring. Doran's Ring is just really useful on Leblanc because it makes Leblanc's strong early game even stronger. As you can see, creeps are pushing up to my lane again. I suspect Karthus is going to probably go back right now because the creeps are pushed up. Alright, so I do end up missing a creep or two. But overall, just want to try my best to farm up these creeps. Now that I'm level 6, I can play super aggressive because LeBlanc's burst damage is just amazing. Alright, Karthus is back now. He has a Catalyst. He's going to be a lot harder to kill in lane with just simple harasses. So I really need to like 1 or 2 shot burst him down. Missed quite a few creep kills there. Shyvana's at red, heading to golems. Suspecting a bottom gank soon. So for now should be relatively safe. I believe that chat sound is actually from... I had League of Legends open earlier. Okay. So Karthus does use his Wall of Pain. I tried to avoid it, but I think I can go in for the kill. I do misplace my flash, and I do burn my skills while he still has his exhaust up, so unfortunately that was a pretty big mistake on my part. So I'm going to speed up my death timer. Buy another Doran's Ring, get it, and now that I'm level 6, I'm just going to go ahead and go gank other lanes because it's pretty pointless to just stay mid and farm all day as LeBlanc. While you would do that as Karthus, it's not a good idea to do that with LeBlanc. Alright, so Vayne is at half HP, and I can easily just burst Vayne down, and I don't even have to wait for my teammates because LeBlanc just has this amazing ability to dive and survive. And so if you're not careful in lane, you can easily die to LeBlanc. Alright, so back to what I was saying about LeBlanc having a hard time killing creeps under tower. I do miss around 3 or 4 there. Alright, so now I see bottom lane has already won, and Mundo is MIA top. I'm just going to keep farming and trying my best to harass Karthus. Hopefully I will have enough mana in order to kill Karthus after my ulti comes up, which is in 20 seconds. Alright, Lee wants to come gank over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to take blue. Looks like Shyvana was trying to counter jungle but failed that. And Leblanc just really does so well with blue. Her mana, even though each individual skill doesn't cost too much mana, when you chain so many skills together as required with LeBlanc, it does burn through her mana amazingly fast. So having blue is a pretty significant advantage. Alright, so teammates are going to go ahead and do dragon. I'm going to come in and try to help them. I see Sona's low. I'm going to go ahead and distortion over, see if I can grab a kill. Sona does manage to get into that bush a little bit too fast for my reaction time. And I try to snare Vayne, failed that, but Vayne does get too near the wall and allows me to QR combo her. Just think about squishies with LeBlanc. You just can't get too near LeBlanc, otherwise she'll burst you down so fast. And having a good early game with LeBlanc is just so bad to deal against. I do miss my distortion there. Wall's a bit too big. But I do not have to worry because Shyvana is so overextended at bottom lane. I'm pretty sure the enemy team is still somewhere near, and there it is. Karthus is still there. I'm going to go ahead and try distortion over. Karthus does burn his flash. I'm going to flash over as well. Use my QR combo, and that does manage to slay Karthus. I use my chain to tie Sona down, use my Q, and then ignite her Sona, and getting a double kill. Okay, so I don't know why they're still chasing Shyvana up there, but hopefully they can kill her. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just farm bottom lane since nobody else is here, and just go ahead and push this lane. I try not to miss any CS. It is really important to try to get every single creep kill that you can, regardless of your champion. Alright, so now I have my Sork Shoes and my needlessly large rod, which does make it incredibly easy for me to burst enemy champions down. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and burst Sona down really fast. As I said, Sona did come in late, and against the LeBlanc, you really can't be building class. Even if you're support, like, you do need to get that heart of gold. You do need to be building some health and magic resistance. Otherwise, you're just gonna get bursted down so fast. And for someone to come in so late and then go on to overextend is just not a smart decision at all. Besides, why would she be warding there? We just took dragon. So I'm going to go ahead right now and try to kill Mundo. As you can see, my ulti's already up again. And just QR burst Mundo down. Shyvana does manage to escape with her ulti. Alright, so now we have top tower down. We have all the outer turrets down, and opponents have none of our outer turrets down. It does give us significantly more map control. Hopefully, the extra farming advantage for them won't be too much trouble. Sona's overextended again, and I mean, at this point, I'm so fed that I can just QR combo Sona, and she's she just dies instantly. And I think by now they should get some more survivability. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this Shyvana, finish her off. Alright, so it doesn't look like any of the enemy champions are out, so I'm just going to go ahead and farm this Mundo. Alright, so come over here seeing if I might have an opportunity to kill Mundo, but it does look like his health is a bit too high for me to kill. And as I said, even though LeBlanc's individual spell mana costs aren't all that high, combo chaining them, you do lose pretty much all your mana from that. Alright, so now I have Death Cap, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to push this lane. Leblanc isn't really the best pusher, but she can push decently well if she uses Distortion, and is able to kill all the ranged creeps with one Distortion. Alright, so I see ton of fighting going on bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and go bottom and try to get some kills. Looks like Dragon's up. I'm going to stay here and keep watch, make sure they don't take Dragon or try to steal it. Okay, I don't know how Shyvana hit me with that. I didn't even see a projectile for that. Okay, so we do end up taking Dragon, giving us an even bigger lead. Alright, so what I really want to do right now is go ahead and push the lane. Just keep pushing the lane, and right now, while we're still really strong, we should be going after trying to push as much as possible, and we do want to end the game as early as possible. Alright, so there it is again. Sona's overextended. As soon as you know, at the point where you can just one-shot somebody with only 2 spells, you should be looking for that opportunity as much as possible. Like as soon as Sona gets within my range, I'm easily able to instantly give her and just. You know, right now, at my current state, I am legendary, and it is a good idea to go and buy Medjais right now. So I'm just gonna wait here. Look at it. Sona's overextended again. I just one-shot her. You know, this really does. It really does prove that you can't give Leblanc a good early game. As soon as you give her an early game, your mid game is just going to be hell. And even late game, even when everybody else is tankier, like Leblanc can one-shot a tank if she's fed enough, and even if that tank has items. An enemy has been slain. Alright, so I want to go around and look for another opportunity to kill, preferably Sona. She does take the least number of spells to kill, and she still gets the same number of stacks. Alright, so there's that Sona kill right there. The fact that I'm so fed and the opponents have not gotten much magic resist is just not very smart on their part. Although I have failed to kill Karthus several times because of his Negatron cloak, but with Leblanc you just have to look for opportunities. Like right there, Karthus was just slightly overextended, and I was able to distortion and easily take that kill. Now 4 stacks, and you know, stacks, I do end up missing my QR combo on Sona right there, but I do trick her into using her ulti, and I'm able to distort back and then kill her right now. So one of the problems, not problems, one of the really scary things about Medjai's is when you have Rabadon's death cap, and it really does amplify the amount of damage you can do. So I catch Mundo with my snare, and that does give Sivir a kill. Shyvana, Karthus exhausts me, but as I throw my Sigil of Silence on Shyvana, the exhaust does wear off, allowing me to take that kill. Alright, so now Ken is pushing top really well. Bottom is pushed. And that was another opportunity that I could have killed Sona right there just earlier when she got close to me. And she was lucky that I didn't have my Q or my W or my R up yet. Now I just really need to just look for an opportunity. As soon as I see Sona and she gets a little bit close to me, I'm able to kill her. It really doesn't make any sense why Sona's at bottom anyways, because Vayne's top, and your support should always be with your AD carry. So like Vayne is, even though she's so strong late game, she's kind of useless right now because she can't really farm. Like, I just go and QR her and she's down to like 1/5 of her health. And in a few seconds if she stays, then I'll be able to kill her. And so I have a sizable amount of stacks now. Maybe not nearly as much as I would want, but I'm pretty confident that because this team, this enemy team's morale has pretty much been destroyed, and it causes them to make so many mistakes that it's easily catchable with Leblanc. Alright, so my team's going to do Dragon right now. I'm just going to push this lane over here, get some money. Going to go ahead and keep pushing. Sona was definitely overextended right there. I could have easily killed her, but my Sigil of Silence was not up. Therefore, unable to grab that kill.
Rampage.
So what I'm doing right now is basically I'm farming up for my Deathfire Grasp, which is really a core item on LeBlanc. With Deathfire Grasp, you can drop someone down pretty easily. Your skill order, or when you cast them, should be distort to the enemy, cast your Deathfire Grasp, cast your Seal of Silence, and then cast your Mimic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his enemy blue right now, and that'll give me a lot more mana regain. And so, alright, so I left a creep there, but I guess my jungler wants it. Alright, so Shyvana got overextended right there, but alright, so I barely dodged Sona's ulti right there, but it's okay. By now, Karthus' ulti barely does anything, and I'm gonna go ahead. Can't really do much. Try to burn my spells on the enemy. So I'm just gonna go ahead, push bottom, keep constant lane pressure on the enemy, and gonna go back and get my Deathfire Grasp. Really core items on Blanc should be Deathfire Grasp and Rabadon's Death Cap. Void Staff is also a really nice item on LeBlanc. It does give her that extra burst power when the enemy is building magic resistance. And Deathfire Grasp is just so useful on LeBlanc. You can one-shot the opponent, as demonstrated right there. That's how you combo the enemy. It's like the enemies, enemies at this point are just turtling. It's all they can really do. Can't do much anymore. I'm almost at the capability of bursting Mundo down. And now our AD carry is godlike. I'm going to go ahead and flash in, pull my snare on Shyvana, and use my Signal of Silence to finish her off. Alright, so that's our first inhibitor right there, and Sona's overextended again. At this point, even getting a health orb is not enough. I guess this Mundo's really mad at me. And there's another example of how Deathfire Grasp is just so useful on LeBlanc. So at this point, I'm pretty much at 20 stacks. There it is, 20 stacks right there. And I do have enough AP to probably burst down their entire team. So Mundo's going to go in. And that is the end of the game.